Alright, good morning. Welcome to another exciting episode of Random Acts of Carving. Today we're going to be working on a hiking stick. This one's obviously way too big, but we're going to cut it down here and get it down to a workable size, and then we're going to get busy and carve out a whimsical hiking stick. I'll leave it at that, and we'll just see how it plays out here. I got a picture in my mind what I want to do, and we're going to see if I can put it on the stick. So here we go. Okay, well, I got a microphone and I can talk now and add audio over top of my video while it's playing. And anyways, this is the beginning of the stick, obviously, and just starting to cut them out here. But this is really where it's a lot of fun because you kind of anticipate what you're doing, and you don't really know what it's going to turn out like. But I can tell already that this one here is going to be pretty cool with this big old nose sticking out here. His big old eyes. So anyways, we'll carve along with him. I'll just talk along here in different spots whenever I see something that's interesting. I'm still kind of just outlining and drawing where I want things to go. I drew it out with a pencil a little bit, but it's not real dark. And if you can just kind of go around with a rough out tool like this, you can kind of get your shapes drawn in and see where your proportions are going to be, and kind of get a shape of what it's going to look like. Here I'm just shaping out his chin a little bit and figuring out where his collar is going to be, and his mouth, his teeth, all that stuff. It's another little character that's sitting up on his head. See him start to come out here. sometimes I jump around because I'm not sure how I want something to look, so I'll jump around and go and carve something else for a few minutes, let my mind kind of process what I'm doing, and then I'll come back to it. Eventually you gotta get into those spots that you don't want to do and figure out how they work, and just dig in there and figure them out. So that's what I'm doing here. I'll work on this top figure here a little bit, and then I'll jump back down to the other guy and kind of figure out what I need to do. And I'll go back up and dig a little more out. So that's why I jump around like that. It's just, that's my mind kind of process what I'm doing, and the harder parts that you got to figure out. Sometimes as you take some parts away in different areas, it'll make other parts easy, because you'll kind of see how it's supposed to fit in there. So biggest thing is just don't take away too much right off the bat, because once you do that, it's hard to put it back. Or you can just end up with really skinny characters. I love this little strong 202 hand piece that I'm using. It's 45,000 RPM. It doesn't have a lot of power, but it for little diamond bits and for detail stuff, little small detail stuff, over it's awesome. So really love working with it. It's not as big and cumbersome to hold on to as the drum guitar. Here I'm just using a little flame tip diamond bit, a little cheap one from Harbor Freight probably. They work pretty good. You really get them smoking hot a couple times, or burn something that has a lot of sap on it. Sometimes they kind of lose traction, but for the most part they work pretty good. They're nice for doing detailed stuff. Character up on top has a little backpack on. That's what I'm making here. He's hiking, so he needed a little backpack, something to put his snacks in. No, he's not really hiking, he's hanging on that other guy's head. But still need your snacks. Get in there and get these teeth figured out. He's a lot of work in making perfect teeth on a hiking stick. Just adding a few wrinkles on his forehead where the frog's kind of pushing his forehead skin down a little bit. Adding little details like that, it's kind of fun once you figure out how to do them. They really add a lot to the carving. Something on his head looking pretty good right now. Getting there. Pupils into their eyes, kind of looking right at each other. Well, that dude's starting to look pretty cool. I'm going to quit there for tonight, I think, and maybe come back and just finish up this handle tomorrow and thin down this stick a little bit. The stick's a little bit thick, so I think I like that there. Maybe just a little bit of touch up on a couple of spots, a little bit of sanding, and we get this one painted up and get her done. Okay, well, I was nearly done with this, but I found another spot that maybe put a little critter down here. So got this nice bump out here, so I'm going to make this a little lizard head. I'll give it a shot anyway, see what happens. But got a few holes in it, but I think I can just fill them in if they get into the carving at all. But yeah, got this guy here pretty well shaped up, coming along. And a little bit here I got to take out underneath of his nose, but they're nice, looking pretty good. So we're gonna keep carving away on them here a little bit and see what we get. I just wanted to let people know that, you know, if you're wanting to carve one of these out on a stick, they're pretty much like this. This is a cartoon one though, so if you're going to cut out a realistic one, it's pretty much exactly the same way. You just draw the lizard on there and then you just cut it out. So anyways, starting to look like a lizard. Getting a little bit of a lizardy look to him. I'm going to put the cartoon eyes and stuff on him like I did a frog and the guy up on the top, so they'll look pretty good on there, I think. Just got to get them dug out a little more, and then we'll start rounding them off and shaping them. I'm glad I decided to add this lizard. He added a lot to the stick. You can never have too many friends when you're walking around alone in the forest. So you have another little buddy on the end of the stick there, unhurting him. These are really fun sticks whenever they get have the little bumps and the sticks sticking out of them, the branches sticking out. We can get real creative with them and really have a lot of fun with them. So I love the way this one turned out. So glad I was able to put it on video.
Just squares and circles. All the thoughts and dreams, feelings that I need here. Pretty good, pretty cool one there. You can look like a gigantic lizard climbing up this thing. So it's kind of, once I get this stick thinned down, it'll look pretty good on there. It'll be really sticking out.
get into all those little nooks and crannies and get those little fuzzies out of there. Takes a little while, but it really pays off if you can get down underneath of them a little bit. It makes him look like he's sitting out on top of the stick instead of was once a part of the stick. So almost looks like you just took a lizard and stuck him on there. Now that is a lizard. That's pretty cool looking. It's gonna look neat painted up. Got a scary looking guy. Frog on his head. Frog turned out pretty cool. Anytime you get a lump sticking out of a stick, take advantage of it, because not too many sticks get them lumps coming out. You use a lot of straight sticks and they don't get the branches coming off. So anytime you get a branch coming off, take advantage of it. Now a little branch here for his nose, that makes the nose really strong. If you can get that, and it gives it a lot more character because it's sticking way out from the shaft of the hiking stick. So, yep, I'm gonna do one. These are awesome. All right, well, I got the carving all done. All finished up. Finished sanding them. I shaved the stick down and sanded it. Sanded the lizard all down. Got the nooks and crannies cleaned up pretty good. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some little paint details to him, and then I'll clear him, and he'll be all finished up. So I'll just kind of take you along and paint him up. Lots of times I'll start my painting with the eyes because you're going to put the white on there and let it dry, because you're usually going to put at least one or two more colors on there. So it's a good place to start. Sometimes I carve the pupils in, sometimes I just paint them on. Depends on the character, I guess. These guys, I just wanted them looking right at each other, so I just burned a little dot in there, and then I paint that inside of that dot black just so it shows up really good from far away. Don't want him to be able to be seen when I'm walking down the trail. Just adding some little brown details to the lizard. Now we got the brown out, doing the brown on the backpack. really sure what kind of snacks cartoon frogs keep in their backpack. Probably just put that down in the comments if you can come up with anything interesting that they might have in their backpack. This is going to be a green frog, by the way. The paints I'm using are just full cart paints from Hobby. I think you can pick them up at Hobby Lobby or Michael's or probably just about any art store. Just acrylic paints, easy to work with. Put that white or the blue paint on his shirt, and then I take and dip the towel in a little bit of water, and I just wipe it back off so it doesn't, so it isn't as bright blue. Gives it a warm look. Going back over and just adding a few highlights onto the frog. Two different colors. I'm using some lighter green, lighter green and darker green. I was going back over the lizard also with a little bit of water just to try to soften up the lines a little bit with brown paint. Here I'm going in and darkening up some of the crevices a little bit, just with a watered down brown paint. Here I'm going over the blue shirt with a little bit of really thin down black, just to make it look more worn and not as blue. Wanted the dark color, but I didn't want it to be real. I didn't want the brightness, so I was trying to just tone it down some. If you go over it with that black wash, it really turns the colors down a lot. Put a little bit of tongue oil on it, seal it. Alright, well, I got the hiking stick all done. The frog on the stick from the little guy. Got the lizard on the bottom. And I took it for a walk the other night. It turned out really good. It walks really good. And it'll be a fun little hiking partner. So, probably one of my favorites. Anyways, this one's done. If you liked the video, hit like and subscribe. And thanks for watching.